guys, welcome to the High Hours Women Talk Wednesday. Today is going to be a great episode. So what we're doing is we're answering questions from men. And so I got a panel today that's going to dive into these questions that men had for us. First up, I have Yolanda Woods. She's coming from Chicago. She's been married before, single now and dating. So we're going to talk to her. And then I have Felicia Ford, who's coming in. She's currently married. She's been married for a while now. It's a second marriage. So we're going to dive into these questions and see what we got going on. So let me bring the ladies on in. Hi, ladies. How's it going?
Hey.
So we have posted for men questions, and we got some in. Okay. So the first one, Mother's Day just passed. So one of the questions coming from Facebook is it okay for your husband or boyfriend to buy their other baby mother a Mother's Day gift?
Okay. So I don't really see anything wrong with it personally, because as long as he ain't sneaking doing it, then it shouldn't be an issue. It's only Mother's Day. It's not like you're going to buy a gift for Valentine's Day. But if that's his kid's mother, then why shouldn't he be able to? No big issue for me, as long as I get one too.
Would you help him pick it out?
I would. If he asked, I would. It wouldn't be an issue, because hopefully I would be in a relationship where me and his other kid's parent, or his kid's parent, whoever it is, we would be in a good enough space where we get along to the point where I would even be willing, So yeah. I wouldn't have an issue with it. I don't think it's a big issue. I think people make big issues out of small things for no reason.
Do you think it's because women may be insecure about thinking that it means more than what it means?
Absolutely. I think so. If you are it has to be insecurity, because a gift means nothing. Like, what if the kids come and say, we want to go buy our mama a gift? The kids don't have no money, so of course daddy got to pay for it,
Right.
I'm secure with me, so I don't care what nobody else doing. If you can buy a gift, I'll help you pick it out. Now, if you get to sneaking and I find some credit cards, am I allowed to curse on here?
No, of course, absolutely.
Okay. I found some credit card shit that say you done been, and I got a little trinket that you done picked up from the little neighborhood jewelry stand in the mall, but you done went and bought this bitch a refrigerator. No, hold on. But I just think it shouldn't be a problem. If you communicate enough for him to feel comfortable, say, well, I think I should go and get that gift. I might even be the one, but like, did you get your baby mama something?
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be that bad. But then if you don't feel confident that you holding on to your man, then it might be some issues.
Yeah. Some growth. Some women need some growth. What do you think, Felicia?
I don't have a problem with it, because we don't celebrate Mother's Day. But if he wanted to buy the co-parent a gift, I don't have any issue with that. And if I wanted something in particular, I have access to his account, so I'll go withdraw what I want. I'm secure. Just like she said, I'm secure. I don't have that issue. I'm not going to chase you down because you bought a $20 purse. Why?
What if it's something extravagant? What if it's something that's like, okay, now nigga, you spending that kind of money on the app?
Oh, I report his credit card stolen. It was stolen. That's what that was.
Okay, so speaking of relationships where there's another mother in the factor, where your spouse, your partner do have children with another woman, why do you think so many women get insecure about that man having an amicable relationship with that other woman?
Okay, so I don't really think there's a specific answer for it, but I think a lot of it has to do with the way the man is moving.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he moving shady, then it's probably something shady. But like if everything is out in the open, it shouldn't really be an issue. But then like that just goes to insecurity too. And then you also have to think about like, okay, so he has a kid with this person. If he has more than one kid, then obviously they had some kind of relationship. They were close in some way. So I don't know. I guess it's an insecurity thing, and then it's like the way a man moves. If you aren't moving in some kind of suspicious or suspect way, then it shouldn't really be a problem. I think again, it goes to the part about communicating. And some women are just insecure, and some people just they don't have like, I don't know. I've never had that issue. So I when I was married, I had the kids. Now he has another kid by somebody else. She acts a little weird sometimes, but I ain't going nowhere. I've been around for a long time.
Do you think it's just because as the new woman coming in, right, into a situation, and he still has a relationship and a good one, that it's like you're kind of threatened that maybe they're not done? Maybe, it leaves room open for some reminiscing or some other factors.
Again, it's the way the man moves. If the man is really with you, then you shouldn't worry about this other person. If they're not together no more, like me and we've been apart for so long, but yet and still this particular person had, like, she would never say it out loud, but there was always this underlying tension. Like, what's she doing here? Type of thing. I don't want you, man, boo. I have my been there, done that, get a t-shirt back. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
But that also, it has a lot to do with the relationship that other woman, the new person walking in, it has to do with the relationship that they have with the people around them too. Because I think that if his family loves you and he is still cool with you or whatever, then it could cause some friction if she's not confident with herself and she's not confident with the relationship, because maybe he don't treat her like he treat
right
the ex. You know what I'm saying? So I still say it has a lot to do with the way the man moves, the way, as long as the ex knows their place and stays in that place, I don't think it should be a problem. But you also, like, that's what men screw up. They go and get these people who are so insecure that they can't live, they can't function, they can't breathe. Unless the man shoved up their ass, then that's a problem, you know?
Yeah. What do you think, Felicia?
She's absolutely correct. It definitely depends on how he moves. If he's moving kind of funny, I'm gonna recognize that. I already know. And then, like I said, I was raised in a house with a grandmother who had a son who had a wife, girlfriend, baby mama, all at the same table. And you learn a different type of grace and respect for women when you see them move that type of way. So knowing that I don't have, if I've had the man, I've had him and I've moved on. Next, I am a co-parent, and my relationship was with the wife to keep down the friction between her and I, so she wouldn't think that I was after her man. We kept it amicable that way and kept the peace. And now that my ex-husband is married to somebody else, we have zero relationship. I think he took this opportunity to do social distancing from his own kids because we haven't seen him. He just don't show up. But because she's so insecure, I don't have time to deal with that type of foolishness. So if we have to talk to you through the talking parent app, through court or whatever it is, if that keeps the peace with her, because that's her man now. Right. I don't need that issue. We keep it moving that way. Other than that, no. If he's uncomfortable, if she's uncomfortable, I'm gonna find a way to keep my own peace, because I'm not responsible for why she feels insecure in that relationship. Yes, I am fabulous. So I know this. Despite how I look now, I know I'm fabulous. But if she's concerned about it, that's her concern. I can't make her feel comfortable. I can say, hey, I don't want your man, but at night, If he's saying my name in his dream,
Right. There's nothing you can do about that.
nothing.
But I think that also stamps down to the kids. Like you said, now he's social distancing because of this new person, and probably trying to cater to her insecurities creates this rift between you and your kids. Like we all grew up, well, most of our family, the men in our family had a bunch of kids all over the place. So like I can, in this moment, in this time, just reflect on life. I can respect my mom so much more, knowing that even though my dad had all these kids outside of the marriage, my mom never made it feel like that my other brothers and my other siblings came out of something wrong.
Right.
So
Less than.
for a long time growing up, you really didn't even realize that, yeah, y'all have different moms, but it didn't feel like it was a difference because my mom treated them as her kids. Their moms treated us as their kids. Like, so I think when it comes to that, having an amicable, what is the word? Amicable relationship. I ain't even high right now. What the fuck?
You ain't even smoked yet.
I know. I ain't even smoked. It's from that workout. I promise you. Freaking Heidi be fucking me all up. I'm so tired right now. So I think it's best for the kids. Like, so I feel like some women should pull back, come from outside of themselves and their insecurities and realize like, hey, the kids didn't have anything to do with this. He didn't moved on. He got someone or vice versa, or it was the past. Like we all should have a good relationship so that the kids can grow up with their siblings and not feel like the other sibling is better because they have dad all the time or have whatever all the time.
I agree. I think, like I said, my ex has another kid with someone else out after me. When she was pregnant, I went to baby showers. I went to housewarming parties. I did all of that. Like, I just didn't want my kids not to be able to have a relationship with their sister. I didn't want them to be like, I have a brother. My dad had a whole kid, and we didn't know about it until my youngest sister was like 14, and they just happened to be in my dad's house at the same time and ran into each other.
Oh shit, I'm just finding out right now. I did not know that.
Yeah, I have a brother. It was always the three girls, and we didn't know, like my mom kept, like it wasn't a secret. Like it was always a rumor that we used to hear, be like, yeah, that you need to go, go see your brother. And I used to just ignore it. Like, what? But we just got to the point where we're actually, we actually communicate and go visit one another or whatever. But we didn't know for a long time. We were kids and we didn't know. Him and my younger sister, him and my little sister him and Mickey are like almost the same age.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I think they're the same age for a little while, and then somebody changes ages. But we never, like, his mom right now to this day, his mom communicates with me and sends me pictures of all my nieces and nephews. She just had me crying yesterday. She sends me pictures when my grandmother passed away, when my uncle passed away. She was there. Like, she's been there. And it wasn't, at first I was harboring a little resentment because I knew that this was the lady that he had cheated on my mother with.
Right.
But at the same time, she had never done anything wrong to me. She was always kind. She was always nice. And as an adult, I learned how to deal with that. But I don't think it should be that huge of an issue. Like, most of the time, when these women are insecure like that, that's because they know this nigga cheating already anyway.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, you already know. Like, I knew my husband was a serial cheater. You probably would be better off just getting him to cheat than trying to pay him not to cheat.
Okay, so speaking of cheating, this is 2020, and the tables have surely fucking changed, and there's more women cheating now. Why do you think that's the case?
Because we tired of that shit. That's why. We tired of this shit. We gonna give y'all what y'all get. Like we just sick of it. And then like, I don't know if you ever heard this before, but people will ask the question or will say that you got to put 3 different men together to get the perfect man type of thing.
Yeah.
For a long time, I was like, man, I ain't studying y'all. I was the nigga in the relationship. I was doing my thing.
So why was you doing your thing? Why was you cheating?
Because I got cheated on I was with this nigga for 20, almost 15 years. And I got cheated on probably 13 of them 15.
Yeah.
So like, I was fed up. I was tired of being the good guy. I was tired of being the person that was always like, when I'm with you, I'm with you. But why don't I get the same thing back? So I was tired of it. I was like, I'm about to be a nigga. So I'm just going to do what the niggas do. Baby, I love you. Mm-hmm. I'll see you later. But it just was like, it wasn't something that I intended. Like, it wasn't like I was like, yeah, let me go on here and cheat on this person. But we don't have no strings attached. Right. And I think that's where people get it mixed up. Like, people always, oh, well, this my man, you know, we together. But have y'all discussed this? Do he know y'all together?
Right.
Do he know y'all y'all in this relationship right here? Ain't nobody stepping around on the outside. We don't have those conversations.
And it's like, we've been hanging out for so long. We fucking, we together. And so the minute, yeah. But I think the psyche of women is just that. It's like, we're tired of just being the ones cheated on. So it's like, now it's like, you know what? I'm finna multi-date. I'm finna do what I want to do. And guys haven't realized, like, yo, you have to bring more to the table for me to stay these days.
Yo,
you need more than just a penis.
You better tell them. Because we can find dick around the corner at the bus stop. And then we can send them on their way.
Yeah. So I think, Felicia, you're married. Why do you think some married women cheat now?
I can't even begin to fathom. Sometimes it's just that whole allure of something better. Some women do not get what they feel is enough attention at home, or their mate is just emotionally unavailable. So they end up venturing out, and then this one man, he could start with a stupid statement like, this man at the grocery store told me the other day, as soon as this virus is over, I'm coming to look for you.
Hey,
even though you like got a ring on the shit, I'm coming to look for you.
Ring and a face mask. You don't even know if I get all my teeth. but
I think,
him just putting himself out there to let him know he's available. So sometimes women can fall into the allure of that person is available to them, and then next thing you know, they in a trap type of situation where he may have a wife that she got to go back and forth with, or her husband who still, some men don't even realize their wife is cheating until a baby come and it don't look like them, or something weird. They just
because I think men still live in the mentality of, oh, my woman won't do that. Oh, she's straight. I got it. It's cool. And not realize what they're lacking, and not realizing like what they're not giving to the relationship that she's gonna go search somewhere.
They get comfortable.
Yeah. They
get comfortable, and it's always, if you notice, it's always those, like, usually it's always like the guys that they have their main woman, the woman that, you know, she got everything, you know, she stay at home, she working, blah blah blah. This is a stable person. These other people out here that they messing around with, that's because they can. And they know that regardless of whatever, this my ride or die. So she gonna be here. I know she gonna be here. They get comfortable with that. And then they start not doing the stuff. They forget to do the stuff that they were doing when they got you to keep you.
Right. And that, I think they don't realize that our options have changed. Like with this new age in online dating, and like, but our options have opened up so much. So now it's kind of like, I don't really have to stay faithful to this. when there's all these other options out.
Right. And men are so blind sometimes they wouldn't even know it. Like she said, half the time, women, when women move around, they move different. If you see a woman get caught, she got slapped. Because women move around and they move different. Men, they start doing different stuff. They start, a woman will come home, cook the whole dinner, put the kids to bed, and be sitting right next to you and still be on the phone text messaging with her side nigga, and you won't know the difference.
That's it. You fix dinner, fix her side nigga a plate on the side, and say, I'm gonna run out to the car and take her out the house.
Yeah. Because men do dumb stuff. They be like, oh yeah, well, I'm going down to Tim them house. I'm gonna be down there kicking it. But then you don't bring your ass home until 4 o'clock in the morning. You know ain't shit open at 4 o'clock in the morning, but White Castle's in legs.
Mm-hmm. I think the difference between men and women is women, regardless of the fact, they put their home first. So that's why men would never know if a woman's cheating, because she moves the same. Like you said, she coming home, she gonna make your dinner, she gonna do this. She's still taking care of you. And so you're up living in la la land, not realizing that you're not giving to her, you're just taking. And so now she's getting something from someone else.
Right. And I also think that women that cheat and get caught, it's because they no longer give two squats about what's going on at home. Like, they don't care anymore. Technically, she's already gone. She still just live there. That's what it is. Because if she don't want to get caught, she's not going to get caught. Because she know that she got to answer her phone. Women will be smack dab in the middle of getting some. If your motherfucking man call, you answer the phone like, hello? Because they already know I'm not about to mess this up, screwing around with you. But men, they get in too deep, and they start moving differently. They don't be at home. It's everything. You can clearly tell. They hiding their phones, all this stuff. My phone gonna be sitting right out in the oven, like boom.
I think it's because too, and I only say this from my experience, is that I always let it be known you are the side dude. Like, this is what it is. I feel like men be trying to have side relationships. And so be lying to the other person, lying to this or whatever. So when I did cheat way back in my past, it was that. It was like, yo, this what's happening, this what it is. Like, you can't cross no bounds, dude. You don't call me. Like, the minute you do, we done. Like, you got to put in strict rules. Like, you ain't messing up my happy home. And I feel like men don't have that conversation with women because they feel like, oh, she ain't gonna fuck with me if I don't act like I want to be with her. When in actuality, if you just been upfront and honest, you would probably get more.
Yep, I agree. I definitely agree.
So one of the questions from Instagram was, now this can go, y'all both, you've been married, you're still married. Men want to know why when women get in a relationship or get married, their sex drive seems to just poof, go away. Now they ain't having sex. All right, go ahead. What we got?
He's not as sexy as you thought he was. It's a difference. Me personally, my husband is a few years older, and yes, he was sexy, but I don't have to see you walking naked all the time. It just changes stuff. I want to see you dressed up, looking good. I'm a sapiosexual. I'm attracted to intelligence. The second you say something stupid, then we got a problem. Another thing that changed about a woman's sex drive is that she's doing more. When she was a girlfriend, she was part-time, but now she has to be full-time. If there's children involved and mothering, it is not so much that her sex drive changed, her availability changed. And that's the difference. It's not that her sex drive could have changed. It could be her availability. By the time, like you said, you're going to the gym, working out, trying to keep yourself up in him, going to the beauty shop, working the job, taking care of the kids, If parents are still alive, you're gonna nurture their parents. You get drained, and you have to regroup. And then because he sees you there, he think it's a every night love fest. Brother, you ain't that good. You missed the fact that I faked it when we were dating. It's just, it takes a minute to recover. It takes a woman a minute to recover. And then another thing of it is the way he speaks to her. When you're dating, it's all nice and kind words. The second you call her out her name or B, whoop, we press and pause on the pussy button. It happens. It can change the way she feels about him. It's how he coming at her that changes her direction and how she connects to him. That's just my opinion on my situation.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think?
I've never had the problem with the sex drive thing, so I can't really answer to that, but I agree. Like when you the girlfriend, he coming and picking you up, he dropping you off, y'all doing y'all thing, but you're not taking care of everything that's important in everybody's life that's around you. You have kids, you get married and have kids. If you're doing it the right way, you get married, you have kids. Things change. Your hormones change. After you done had all these kids, nobody feels sexy with puke on their shirt, Nobody feels cute nobody feels sexy. Nobody wants to. If I'm doing all the work and all you do is come in and think you're going to slap me on my ass and you're going to get some, nah.
Getting excited.
Yeah, girl, because I don't think, like I said, I've never had this issue. God, I don't want to lose my sex drive.
But y'all hit on something. I think it is, okay, because I had this issue in a relationship. So we get into a relationship, and now he's like, oh, you don't dress up like you used to. Oh, and I was like, let me tell you something. It's a difference when you're dating someone, and you see them once, twice, 3 times a week, maybe. You're traveling. Of course, every time you see me, it's gonna be popping. I'm gonna get dressed because either we going out, we doing something. But once you get into a relationship and you're spending every day with a person, like you said, now you get to see, okay, they only really dress up when we go out or when we do this, or like it's just a difference. So I think that's what it is. It's like you go from being in a relationship. I mean, you go from being just dating, seeing each other once, twice, 3 times a week. Now you're together. So it's like, of course the sex drive to you changed because every time I saw you, we were fucking. But now I see you every day and I don't want to. So of course it changed because we're together more. It's going to feel like it's less than what it was because we're together more.
Yeah. But I also think that in the man's defense, y'all ain't gonna hear this too often. But I think that it's important for, not like I said, the man forgot to keep doing what he was doing when he got you. But I think it goes both ways. Like, even though you are busy, you still have to carve out that time because you have to realize that's oftentimes why people split and start doing their own thing on the outside of the relationship, because it's something that they're not getting. So I'm not saying that you got to turn into a gymnast and be, turning flips and doing tricks every night. But at the same token, you still have to take care of that person. This is your person. If you're not giving them what they need or they don't feel satisfied with whatever it is, then of course they're going to step out and go somewhere else. So I think in a relationship, it's both of their responsibilities to make sure that the other person is getting what they need, and that the wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, everybody is okay. So again, I think it has a lot to do with communication, because a lot of times women won't even say nothing, but women will get, like, I feel like not only men, but the women get comfortable too, because they probably ain't never seen you stroll around in the jogging pants with the hole in the knee. They probably they're not used to that. They're not used to that. They're not used to the ugly panties that you put on when you ain't got nothing to do. They're not used to that.
Right.
So I think it's important for when you're in a relationship that you're supposed to keep things spicy. Now, I ain't saying you got to be on top of me every night, but I'm just saying like it's both of their responsibilities. People are blowing my phone up. It's both of their responsibilities to keep it together.
Yeah, I think it does goes back to communication. Even like if a woman's feeling overwhelmed with life, kids, job, this, that, is like communicate that and be like, look, I'm stressed out a little bit because I have all this. Maybe if the man relieved some of this, then I would to give you what you want and keep you at your standard. But
go ahead.
So many men in the relationship put so much of the work of the relationship on the woman, and then they want to wonder why this bitch tired.
Or why she nagging. But also, I know this guy. His wife was really. She wasn't thin, but she was really thin when they got married. Throughout as time went on in the marriage, she didn't have a kid. The kid is like 12 years old. Like in that time, she gained weight. So he was less attracted to her because she had gained all this weight. He was like, she was uncomfortable because of her weight. So that made her withdraw. Then they stopped having sex. And he was like, I ain't give a damn if she it was a little unattractive because I felt like she had let herself go. It wasn't about the fact that she had gotten bigger. It was because he felt like she didn't care anymore. Mm-hmm. So he was not attracted to that. He wasn't attracted to the fact that, oh, now all of a sudden you come to bed with a t-shirt on, like, and you crawling under the cover, that type of thing. And he was like, he said that it got to the point where it went from them having sex to completely not having any sex. And it wasn't because he didn't want to. He was like, if she'd have gotten to bed, hell, he was like, I would have fucked all of her. But he was like, it was her insecurity. She didn't want him to see her stomach. She didn't want him to see how big she had gotten. He didn't, and he was like, I ain't never seen. He was like, I don't understand why we got to fuck with the lights off all the time. He was like, because that's what she used to tell him, like, turn the lights off. So he said that he was not attracted to that. So if she didn't they ended up getting divorced, but she was so insecure, and the most of it came from her letting herself go and not caring anymore.
But see, it is the difference if, as a woman, right? Our weight fluctuates all the time. It's a difference if we get bigger, but we still maintain our confidence. We still think we a bad bitch. So I think if her mental was different, he would have saw nothing of it. If she's like, yo, I'm in this bitch a little bit thicker, I'm good.
I know, right?
I'm good. I think that would have brought out, he wouldn't care. Men don't care. They not looking deep. Like, they just want loving. They ain't even looking that deep.
Long as your hoes work, they don't care. Like,
okay. So this question comes from Facebook. All right. Felicia, I'm going to have you answer this one first. So he wants to know, why is it, okay, I need to read this verbatim so I get it right, so I don't mess up his question, right? Why is the I want to be liked for me attitude always geared towards a woman's personality and directed away from her physical? Are women unaware that their physical is a part of them?
Well, like you just said, a woman's physical is subject to change. So that's why they place more emphasis on, you have to see beyond my exterior, because my exterior is subject to change. Like she said, when you gain a little weight, or you end up growing a hair that come out of nowhere or something, and it can change how a woman feels about herself. That's why she needs for the man to accept her inward parts, for me. Because again, my exterior is subject to change. Even for a man, I need to love him for who he is and not his exterior, because it can change. Tragic accident, hair discoloration, like me now. I say, oh my gosh, I have 3 gray hairs. What does that mean to me? I have to accept that part of me. And sometimes it's difficult for a man to accept that part of me. I'm going to go through those changes. A woman has a lot of changes more so than a man. She goes from a girl to a woman. She changed when she get her cycle. She changed again when she gets married and becomes a wife. She changes again when she becomes a mother, going through pregnancy. She gonna change again when she becomes a grandmother. She gonna change again when she becomes go through menopause. So women go through all these changes that men don't necessarily go through, and men need to be able to see beyond that one individual at that time. Because, oh my gosh, I'm a loving, happy girlfriend, this and that and the other. I'm a loving, happy mother, or a disciplinarian mother. That's what my kids call me, a disciplinarian mother. But I treat my little pineapple like she gold. Like just yesterday, they was mad because I bought her a LOL doll. You would have never bought me that. But again, I'm going to cater to my BAB. These kids, they had their turns, so she need her turn. And so I think that's what it is. If you're accepting me, I have to accept me first. And sometimes even me accepting me, like putting on a bra, my bra don't fit right, or I just feel bloated. If he can see past that part of me, because I'm not always going to be comfortable in my
right.
skin. That's, for me, that's why it's important that he sees beyond my side. That's not going to do you any good either. So again, that support of having to be, if you can just take me for this, who I am at this moment, I would appreciate that, because that makes me more endearing to you. Because if you can love me when I'm feeling ugly about myself, then you are definitely the person I need to have in my life.
Yeah, that's true. Our bodies change, and I feel like if a guy's only interested in that, when your body does change, he's no longer going to be interested. And so now you're playing this game of, I have to stay this way. I can't alter. I can't change because I'm going to lose the guy I'm with. And that can
I'd rather lose the 20 pounds than to lose the guy I'm with. But if that's all he sees, the 20 pounds, I'll keep my 20 pounds. Sorry. Because that means he's not there for me in the first place.
That's true, though. I hope he got his answer, because he was so adamant about that. I hope he listens and take in the question. Physical does not matter. It's mental. And you have to think about this. If you're a good partner and you keep your woman's mental healthy and you actually work out with her, you can accomplish all those things by helping her and being there with her and being her team. And if you personally, because we know men are visual, we know this, but it's also like, motivate your woman. If you visually want to stay attracted to her, help her out. Stay with her.
Absolutely. He would be offended if she saw him and then she went to a club with her girlfriends and realized his penis size can't change.
And you know what? You just hit on something I didn't even think about. These motherfuckers be complaining about our weight and shit. Bitch, go grow a dick. Can you do that? That's what I'm saying. You just made me think about that. You can't go do that, so why are you worried about my extra pants?
Right.
Damn.
Or remove some of your stomach so we can actually find it. How about that?
Ooh. And that's a thing. Men think they can just be whatever weight. Dude, really?
Mm-hmm.
But you expect me to be in the gym. And I can understand it, but it's not for me, the physical. It's my mental. If I'm busting my ass every day, working out, and I'm trying to keep in shape, then you need to do the same. So I understand, like, me dating a guy, not necessarily for their physical, but if I'm going to maintain my physical, I need you to have that motivation to maintain yours. Just so we on the same page. Just so we can work out together. We can go to the gym. Because what will happen, it'll lead back to cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to be in the gym looking at all these fit people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just about because they look good, it's about their mental. They're strong enough to stay in the gym. They're trying to stay healthy. They're trying to maintain, you know what I'm saying, they physical, like, so that they can live longer. It's a health thing. So I understand if a guy's like, hey, babe, let's hit the gym. Like you're eating kind of unhealthy. There's not just, bitch, you getting fat. Nah, it don't work that way. So if you don't want a woman saying, just take me for me, my personality, then you need to get in the gym with her and just show her some things and show her like, hey, babe, we can do this together. It's a bonding moment. Let's create something. Let's do this. And that way you get what you want. She stay in shape. Now you got to be careful because when a bitch loses
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say it. It's going to be a hot girl summer.
A hot one. A hot one.
Yeah. But it sometimes I think it's the way that people approach things because like sometimes men don't have no tact. Like, you know how women, we do things and we make them think it was their idea.
Yeah.
You know? So you can't be like, you know, you done gained weight. You can't wear them pants no more. Like, why don't you just be like, hey, babe, I'm going to the gym. You want to roll with me? Because my, you know, so-and-so not going to go with me. Or like, you got to move the right way. Because if you say the wrong thing, then you're approaching, I'm going to knock your ass out type of, you know? So you just got to approach it the right way. You got to know how to do it the right way. Because we talk men into doing, like, you, perfect example, you cooking dinner. You the only one cooking dinner. When you cook, if it's something that you don't think he gonna like, you got to convince him it was his idea. You be in the store like, oh, we should get that. We ain't never had that before. Let's try that. He don't know it's healthy.
Right. That's so you have to trick him.
Yeah, and it's like you got to use a Jedi mind trick, you know? So you got to just make them think that people will roll with you if they think that they had some kind of input in it.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
You know, they will roll with you. That's at work. That's outside with your friends. That's like just perfect. Like, let me say, I want an Italian beef. All I got to do is talk about that Italian beef long enough. Both of y'all going to want one.
You just said it, I want one.
No,
right, I'm just saying, like,
you know, I'm not in Chicago. I'm like,
no, right. But all you have to do, like, it doesn't take much to get people on the same train with you.
Yes.
You just gotta you have to know how to approach it. And I think that instead of us, this is with men and women, instead of us saying, yo, hey, let's do something, let me try something different, let me do it this way, they clock out, they check out, and then they go do something dumb, and then they got to be doing, ooh, baby, 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 I'm sorry routine for the next 2 years because they in a damn doghouse.
Yeah. Okay, one of the other questions came in. Why do women approach issues and things in a relationship from an emotional place instead of a logical place? Why are women so emotional? Is what he wants to know.
Not all women are emotional.
Once a woman matures emotionally, she can think more logically, and especially if she's dealt with that type of situation before, or something that she's learned from her girlfriends. Once you learn better, you do better. So it can be approached emotionally in the beginning, or if he catch it on that 28th day, which is the wrong day to catch any woman, it's going to come from an emotional place. But after if she's had a moment to think or to meditate on what the situation actually is, he won't be able to come at her any old kind of way because she's not going to act from emotion. She will act from logic if she truly knows how.
Yeah.
So it just comes from emotional growth. You saying like a woman needs to emotionally grow. And it's, fellas, if y'all didn't know, we're all family and we're cut from a different cloth. So we're not as emotional as most women.
This is Queen Ice Queen over here. I've been called the Ice Queen. Like, you have no heart.
Yes. So it's kind of hard for us to say why women do those things because we naturally don't come from an emotional state of mind. I don't know if it's just how we grew up, the fact we do have a lot of males in our family, or whatever the case may be, but I have to, I be thinking about this too when I'm dealing with my friends and they situations and them with other men. I be like, yo, relax, dude. Why are you so emotional? Like sometimes I have to throw that in, like, dang, you don't have to approach it from an emotional place. Let's have a conversation. Let's think about this. What happened? Let's get it. But I think, like you said, it's because they're emotionally immature. They don't know how to put everything together and solve it within themselves before they come just spewing everything out how they feel. Like I be telling them, don't tell me how you feel. Tell me what you know. What's your thoughts? I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Where we're at.
Like, your feelings are going to change, and your feelings are going to get hurt if you keep talking to me. So, like that's the thing.
So what's
It's not that I'm not emotionally vested in what you're thinking, but I really don't care because it sounds like it's something that's going to change in a minute. So that's why I have friends who have those emotional breakdowns. I'm just like, let me know when you finish. Then I can help you.
I promise y'all, we not harsh. We may come off that way. I get the shit all the time. Like, damn, you just harsh. It's not. It's just like, let's have a conversation. I don't have to deal with your feelings. That's how you feel right now. That shit will change. Let me put it on you. You ain't gonna be worried about none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Don't worry about that. And see, like for me, like the 20-year-old me and the 45-year-old me, completely different. Busting windows, throwing bricks, all that shit, just in the moment. Not even thinking about, bitch, if you bust a window, there go your gym shoes. I wasn't thinking like that back then. Like I think naturally women are emotional beings. Men are raised not to be emotional. When men have been raised, especially our black men, have been raised, you're not supposed to cry. The minute if you can just go outside right now, and if it's somebody outside, stay 6 feet away, but you can see it. But you're gonna see it like a man telling his son, cut out all that damn crying. You're gonna be, they attribute you being emotional or showing emotion as their term. Oh, you being gay. Stop acting like a little girl. That's the type of that's how we were raised. I was raised partially down south. So, the boys are being raised like if they fall. I've seen a lot of guys do this. The little boy fall and he scrape his leg. You better not cry. What you crying for? Get up, dust yourself off, and keep on running. That type of thing. But if a little girl falls, everybody is doting all over. Oh, let's get a Band-Aid. Are you okay, sugar? That type of thing. So I think just in general, boys and girls are raised, like they're brought up. One is brought up completely different. You may see a dad has a girl and a boy. Mm-hmm. A girl, he gonna treat her completely different. They might be the same age, but the boy can stay out all night. The girl better have her ass in the house, and the nigga better not come up to the door. He gonna shoot his ass, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think just in general, we're raised differently. We're brought up differently. Now, like I said, and you said, we are all pretty emotionless when it comes to certain things. So it took me a long time to get to the point where I was thinking logically and not dealing with everything in emotion. When a motherfucker walk away, you just let him walk away and you can revisit it later. I learned better after I started getting my ass whooped.
Right.
Just if somebody want to walk away, if people are allowed, like if they want to walk away, let them walk away. That might be the best situation. But back then, I was, oh no, you ain't walking away from me. You ain't leaving the house, standing all in front of the door, acting stupid. Like it's so ridiculous.
I think back on my college years, I was the same way, but my emotion was more like angry emotion. So it was like, I'm not finna cry and boo-hoo. Nigga, you did what? I'm finna smack the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So I can understand like the growth in that aspect. Cause now as an adult, like a true adult, like in college, you're dealing with a lot of emotions because you're probably experiencing love for the first time, actually being with someone, so you really don't know how these feelings are acting. You're out of your experience. You're like, damn, I don't normally do this. What's happening? But once you hone that as an adult, like you said, now I walk away. I don't argue. Look,
Right.
either we gonna have a conversation, figure this out, talk this out, or that's it. We ain't gonna talk. Like, cause I just don't need the emotional baggage in my life. So I feel like women that still, as an adult, if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and you still reacting emotionally, you need some therapy, baby. You need to go figure this out. You need to go, you know what I'm saying? Figure out why you can't
Right.
logically about a situation and approach it from a let's resolve this situation versus attack and be mad and crying and pissed situation.
True. That's very true.
Yeah. I
That's
think
very
so.
true.
So you hit on were you in an abusive relationship?
Yep.
So one of the question was, and this is kind of like, for me, it's just a tough question because a man wanted to know, and I would assume that this is like a good man to even be asking this question. Why do women stay with bad men? Men that may abuse them, men that may cheat on them. Why is it that the good guy always lose?
I don't necessarily know that they're losing. Like, okay, so that's like a two-part question. So for one, I don't necessarily think that they're losing in that instance, because do you really want somebody who doesn't know their self-worth? Like we just had the conversation about, people saying love me for me. But when you tell somebody to love you for you, you know your worth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That you know yourself. So is it really that the good guys are losing when you're not, or you don't deal with this certain type of woman who doesn't value her own self, who doesn't care about the way that somebody is mistreating her, who doesn't know herself enough to know to say, this shit is not okay, I got to go. Mm-hmm. So I don't necessarily feel like that's the good guy losing. I think that's the good guy dodging a damn bullet.
Yeah.
Because do you really want someone who is so emotionally screwed up and scarred and still hasn't cleared all of that up? Do you really want to be bothered with them? Unless you just the good guy that want to be Captain Save-A-Hole. Not that they a hoe, but I'm just saying. I don't really consider that losing. But also, like, most of the time, I can't speak for everybody else. But I do know that he and I have been together since high school. He wasn't always that way. There were things that changed drastically, like within our lives that changed for him. Things that happened to him that changed him. And you could, like, as I look back and I reflect on everything, I see, like, I can see the different stages of when it changed and, how it could have possibly changed. And then, not to even say this, because I'm not even going like, he's still my friend. Mm-hmm. I love him to death. I just can't be with him. But it took a long time for me to get to that space. But I had kids with this man. We were married. Like, we have been together since high school. This was what I was used to. I was comfortable with him. Now, I wasn't used to all the getting knocked around, but I also came from a line of women where men had been kicking their ass, the whole time, like, throughout generations.
So you felt it was normal?
Not necessarily normal. I knew it wasn't normal, but I was comfortable because I knew I wasn't comfortable with getting my ass whooped, but I was comfortable with him because I knew what he would do and what he wouldn't do. And that was like going and trying to be with somebody else, you walking into the unknown. So you don't know what's gonna happen. But like
with the devil, you know.
Yeah. So like, for instance, like it's crazy that y'all brought this up because I had a conversation last night, even after I talked to you. I had a conversation late in the wee hours of the night. A lady that I know was talking. She was on Facebook venting about somebody that she knew that was in an abusive relationship, and I kept telling her, like, you just gotta walk. Like, she was like, I'm really gonna risk it all, and I just want to go over there. And I'm like, how you getting involved? Because first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna be mad at you, and they still gonna be with their boo that's whooping their ass. So I just was telling her, like, women leave when they're fed up. When you get tired of getting your ass whooped, you're gonna leave.
Right.
When you get tired of dealing with the BS, that's on any level, any kind of relationship, abusive or whatever. Like, when you're tired of it, then you'll walk away. But it was not always bad for me, though. I can't say that it was always bad. It was just when it got bad, it got really bad type of thing. My family loved him to death.
Right. And that can make it hard to leave sometimes when your families are connected.
Yeah. Like, my family loved him to death, and I loved his family, but it was just, it was bad. And then when you mix in drinking all the time, he was a street guy. You drinking, you're in the street, you got all this other stuff going on, and I ain't helping it because I'm nagging the fuck out of you because you getting on my nerves. Right. Because I wasn't like, I've heard a lot of guys say, well, why nobody wants to take responsibility. The women always say it's the guy's fault when the relationship ends or whatever. And I can't say that I was a bad wife, but I can say that in those years we were both young and I wasn't making it any better. He was already dealing with niggas trying to rob him, steal, all this stuff in the street. And then to come home and I'm still nagging at him, even though, like, he still was in the wrong, but I'm steady throwing everything I can at him and not thinking about it. So, like, I wasn't making it any better. That's no excuse, and that doesn't give him the right to be, wanting to throw blows and use me for a punching bag. But at the same time, like, I don't know, it just went, it went from, okay, we right here, and then it just got bad. But I was already emotionally invested. I put my time, blood, sweat, tears in this relationship. Like, I finally got what I wanted. I got married. I got a house, got kids. All I was missing was white picket fence. So to let all of that go and walk into the unknown and say, shit, I don't know what the hell I'm going to get out here now. It's kind of hard. And even though people from the outside would be like, shit, that nigga want to be whooping my ass, this, that, and the other. But you're not the one in the relationship. You're not the one who sat and put everything that you had into it. And then to walk away, when you walk away, you got to explain that to everybody. You got to tell everybody what the hell happened. Yeah. You have to explain it, because they ain't gonna go to him and ask him no questions. Now, if you got some men in your family, they might go ask some questions, but you probably won't have no answers if they get to you. But like, you have to explain all of that. Like, you got to explain that. You got to explain it to your kids, all types of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's a lot more when you have so much invested. Nobody wants to lose their investment. That's like opening up a business. You didn't put, like, when I met him, this dude didn't have no bank account. He didn't make his own bed. None of that stuff.
you grew him up. You invested.
Right. So I'm invested. Like, this is an investment. It's like when you open your own business, when you open your cookie shop, you're so excited because I done opened my cookie shop, girl. And then when you realize that sucker ain't making no money, you still trying to make that sucker work. So it's like you're invested in that and you don't want to see your investment, because I feel like a lot of times, and I think we all done had these starter people where we done grew them up for the next bitch to get him in for him to act right.
Yep.
So I don't know, but yeah.
What do you think, Felicia?
I completely agree about that, making a man that another woman would want. He just wasn't the man for me at that time. And one thing about me, once I learned my worth, my value, ain't no discounts. I can't keep going back to the same river twice. especially with a man. I understand the women, like she said, that stay. You've put so much into it. You got your heart invested, all of this. But at some point, you're going to have to remake you, because that's not what you're willing to accept. And now you have to change you to fit him. No, I can't do that. I have a lot of girl daughters. And it wasn't until my 21-year-old decided to date, and I had to sit down with the young man that was dating her. And when looking him in his face, I had to admit to myself, I did not raise my daughters to be wives. I needed them to be strong, independent women who know that they are accomplished and know what their value is, so that way they won't be taken advantage of. I didn't sell them on a prince coming to save you and y'all gonna live off in fairy world, because that's not what the reality is. So with them knowing that, they won't accept anything less than what they're bringing to the table. And if they know that that man is not doing it for them, get up, get out, get gone. Don't stick around, because you're going to end up damaging yourself. And if you choose to stay, I don't judge them for it. But I have to constantly remind them that they're stronger than what they realize, so they can keep going.
Yeah.
Or else they end up a broken woman or a bitter woman. And then a man would have the same problem with her that she was having with this man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how you said the part about it's not the good guy losing. Because there is dodging baggage and dodging.
Yeah.
So I think the whole notion of the good guy saying, oh, she always chooses a bad guy or thug or street guy or whatever over maybe you're a nerdy guy or you just have your shit together type of guy. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you. It's not them losing, because these aren't the women you should want anyway. Yeah. You're trying to, like you said, save her. You think her value is more than what she thinks her value is.
Yeah.
So of course, you're going to feel like she's choosing the bad over the good, but she don't know any better because she doesn't have it within herself. So she's not like she's not choosing you in the good. It's just that she don't even think she deserves it. So that's why she keeps doing that. So it's not like you're losing out. Like you winning. Go find that woman that wants you and that's gonna take all the good you got.
Yep.
Good.
Right? I love me a good dude. I don't want no street dude. I don't want no
man.
Like if you, man, it's so hard, fellas. Like even like guys, right? They try to hit you. You know, they hit your box. They hit trying to. But then I just see the way they speak on social media and the things they say, and I'm like, do you honestly think you have a shot with me? You see how I roll. You see the moves do you think I would be attracted to that? But they still think that women are more attracted to that bad, to the swag, to the hood, to the street, to the come in, let me grab. No, I'm not all women. I ain't gonna say that. You have some women that love it, that love all that. But I feel like, especially today, the good guy will be winning a whole lot more, because if this quarantine didn't teach us something, it's teaching us to value relationships. It's teaching us to who we want in our circle, like who we want to grow with and build with. Like, I think it's really changing the way women look. And like, dang, I need somebody solid for times like this. What if this happens again? Yeah, it's crazy. But I want to thank you ladies for joining me today. So fellas, if you have more questions, just hit the box. We'll do this more often, answer you guys' questions. We're not all crazy. We're not all freaking cold and hard. We're not all that, but we're not all emotional either. So I hope you got a nice little answers here from us women, and just shoot us some more. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.